So I want to tell you something that you might not know, and it's very linked to putting yourself down as opposed to praising yourself. Praise boosts self-esteem. There is nothing that will boost your self-esteem like that than praise. And guess what withers self-esteem? Criticism, being put down, particularly your own. When someone else is mean, we can sort of understand they've had a bad day, but if criticizing yourself is familiar, you've got to stop that now. And here's why you've got to stop. Because studies have now proven that one of the major factors in depression is harsh, hurtful, critical words that you say to yourself over and over and over again. I'm going to repeat that because it's really important. A major contributor, a major factor in depression is people who use harsh, hurtful, critical words to describe themselves. If you do that, wow, you need to make that unfamiliar starting right now. Just do the opposite. That's the great thing about familiar, unfamiliar. You flip it over. What's familiar? Putting myself down. What's the opposite of that? Praising myself. What's familiar? Coming home and eating taco chips out of the cupboard because I can't be bothered to cook. Well, what's the opposite of that? Coming home and picking up some salad or some chicken or some fish on the way home, or having nuts in the cupboard instead. At least they're healthy. So look at what's familiar that you want to make unfamiliar and find the opposite. And look for what is unfamiliar that you'd like to make familiar. Praising yourself, believing in yourself, and just do the opposite. So remember, it's your choice to make something good so familiar enough that it becomes a part of your life. And here's something you can do that is a wonderful thing. Find pleasure in the most simple things. Every day when you get up, I want you to say, this coffee is sensational. This tea is wonderful. I want you, when you have a shower, to go, I love the smell of this conditioner. I love the smell of this shower. I love this shower. You see, when you start to look for pleasure in really simple things, getting into clean sheets, having a wonderful shower, drinking the first cup of coffee, the first cup of tea, putting on your favorite program and lying in your favorite chair, holding your children or your partner's hand. When you keep telling yourself that gives you pleasure, what happens is your mind becomes familiar at looking for pleasure in really simple things. And when your mind gets used to finding pleasure in the most simple things, well, the pleasure you find in big things is just incredible. Because you can learn to make finding pleasure so familiar that the most ordinary things, finding a parking space on a busy street, fills you up with so much joy that when you get to really big things, it's amazing. But it's a good thing to make familiar. Being present. Train your brain to get pleasure from tiny little things. Someone's smiling at you. Every meal you have. It's not Pollyanna. It's wiring your brain to notice pleasure. And the more you wire your brain to notice pleasure in little things, the more your brain becomes wired to notice pleasure in something every day. And then you get more and more pleasure. So let's do some hypnosis, because hypnosis is going to wire this into you. And of course, you're seeing, as we get to session 3, that becoming hypnotized, letting in my words is becoming more and more familiar, especially if you are playing your downloads at home and you're coming online and doing the Q&As and you're doing the homework. What you're starting to notice is changing in the most powerful ways, becoming familiar, and doing that same old procrastinating is becoming unfamiliar. That's good. Let's make it even better. So when you're ready, just look up as high as you possibly can, as if you're looking into your own eyebrows. Again, I hope you've remembered to have your phone off. You're somewhere where you can't be distracted. Have your feet and hands separated and lie or sit in this position. And you remember what you're doing. You look up like that. You keep the eyeballs up. Close your eyelids down. And once you've closed your eyes, it doesn't matter where the eyeballs go. But for right now, let's just rehearse this. Look up. Keep your eyeballs up. Close the lids down. You'll feel that REM. In fact, if you touch your eyelids, you can even feel that fluttering. That's a great sign. It means you are going into a different brainwave, where you are very, very receptive to suggestions. So just make yourself comfortable. Just look up as high as you can, as if you're trying to look into your own eyebrows, keeping your eyes glued to a reel. Or imagine spot overhead, just breathe in and breathe out. Take another deep breath, breathe in, breathe out. And just one final time, breathe in, keep your eyeballs right up, keeping your eyeballs up. As you exhale, just close your eyelids right down, all the way down, as your eyelids shut down. The muscles and nerves in and around your eyes are becoming heavy, droopy, drowsy. Your eyelids are starting to feel as if they've been glued shut, sealed shut, locked tight. And you can just forget all about your eyes. You can just allow a drifting, floating feeling to develop in your body. Just picture in your own mind 10 steps descending. Just drop your chin like that so you get that looking down sensation. You're looking down 10 steps, you're moving on to step 10. As each muscle, every nerve turns loose, lets loose, and you go deeper. You're taking step 9, and you can see your feet, hear your feet, feel your feet treading each step. As you move down, drift down, travel down to an even deeper level. You're taking step 8, going deeper with every sound you hear. You're taking step 7, going deeper into an awareness of yourself. You're taking step 6 as each muscle, every nerve turns loose, lets loose, and you go deeper. You're taking step 5, you are halfway down, going deeper and deeper into an awareness of yourself. You're taking step 4. As each muscle, every nerve turns loose, lets loose, and you go deeper. You're taking step 3 as you gently, calmly, easily move on over to an even deeper level. You're taking step 2. As you go deeper and deeper, even the sound of your own heartbeat is taking you deeper, further into the most healing, wonderful level of hypnosis. You're taking step 1, just sleep deeply. Just go deeper, drift deeper, sink deeper. Every time I click my fingers and say the words, go deeper, drift deeper, sink deeper. You are going deeper and deeper and deeper. And as you go deeper, you're listening and responding easily, effortlessly, perfectly, exactly the way you are. You don't need to make anything happen at all. You can just let yourself go deeper. And I'm going to show you again how incredibly suggestible you are. So I want you to raise your arms out in front of you at shoulder height, as if you're holding the handlebars of a bike. I want you to put your 2 arms straight out at shoulder height. I want you to close your fist just as if you're holding the reins of a horse or the handlebars of your own bicycle. Your arms are out in front of you, raised up at shoulder height, and they are closed. And I want you to imagine right now in your left arm you are holding a huge red bucket that's filled with about 80 pounds of heavy, wet sand. And even as I speak, you can feel the weight of that bucket in your knuckles, in your wrist, in your elbow, right up into your shoulder, your left arm. is just becoming heavier and heavier and heavier by the second. And as your left arm becomes heavier and heavier, I want you to imagine in your right arm you are holding a huge helium-filled balloon, a big silver balloon that is bigger than you, that is lighter than air, that is so completely weightless. It's as if your right arm is attached to a pulley. Your right arm is floating, moving, pulling, and traveling upwards. Your right arm is becoming lighter and lighter. Your right arm is floating up, lifting up, moving up, traveling up. And all the time, you are floating, lifting, moving, traveling deeper into hypnosis. Your right arm is weightless. As it floats up, you float deeper into hypnosis. As it moves up, you are moving deeper into hypnosis. As it travels up, you are traveling deeper into hypnosis. And as your right arm becomes lighter and lighter, your left arm is becoming heavier. Your left arm is so heavy it is sinking. As your left arm drops down, sinks down, travels down and moves down, you are dropping, sinking, traveling, moving down into hypnosis. And now you're noticing one arm is weighed down and the other is weightless. One arm has traveled up, the other has traveled down because of your ability to accept a suggestion. Now I want you to notice that the harder you try to lift up your left arm, the more it feels as if it's been encased in lead. It is so heavy. The harder you try to lift it, the more weighed down it is. But the harder you try to push your right arm down, the more it feels as if you are trying to push a balloon underwater. The harder you try to lower your right arm, the more it pops up, springs up, and stays up as if you're trying to push a beach ball underwater. It just won't go. So one arm is weighed down, one arm is weightless because you are incredibly suggestible. And you're going to learn every day to give yourself better, empowering suggestions. As I count to 3, you will let go of the bucket, let go of the balloon, and go 50 times deeper into hypnosis. On the count of 1, 2, 3, just go deeper. Just go deeper and deeper and deeper. Let go of the bucket and the balloon, and just as your arms drop down, drop deeper. So as you go deeper into a wonderful state of hypnosis, I'm going to count backwards, and you're going to go right back to an early scene where you're simply in your home, looking at all the things that are familiar that you'd really rather were not familiar, and looking at the things that are unfamiliar which you wish were familiar. So on the count of 5, you're being pulled back, drawn back, taken back to an early childhood memory. On the count of 4, you are becoming younger, smaller, lighter, shorter. On the count of 3, years, months, weeks, days are peeling away from your body. On the count of 2, you are drifting back, traveling back, moving back, going way back. On the count of 1, you are back in your childhood home, the home that you lived in between the age of 2 and 10, maybe a bit older or even younger. It doesn't really matter. You're going back to a home, and your mind's already picked the right home, and there you are in that home. And you can look around the home. You can look at the kind of house, the home you live in, maybe an apartment, but you're looking around at the dwelling you are living in. You're looking at the people you are living with, and you're looking at what is very familiar to you in this home. And I want you to really look at what's familiar. Is it running out of money? Is it never having quite enough money to pay the bills? Or is it parents who have money but simply won't spend it, particularly they won't spend it on you? Are you told that you're loved every day? Are you hugged? Are you praised? Is that familiar? Or is it not familiar? As I ask you every question, you know the answer. Does anyone believe in you? Do you get told that you're smart? I want you to, in your mind, as I count to 3, leave that home and go straight into the schoolroom. On the count of 1, 2, 3, you are moving away from that home. Suddenly you're in the classroom. You recognize that classroom. You know all about that classroom. And I want you to tune in to what was familiar to you in school. Was it familiar to get praised? Did the teachers like you? Did they encourage you? Did you get high marks? Or was it familiar to be ignored at the back? To only ever be average, to feel that you couldn't do what other people did? Or was so much expected of you at home that even if you got 99%, you were expected to get 100? Or you always told your brother, sister, cousins, neighbors' kids were smarter than you, better than you? And here's something else that's really important. Did you have friends that really liked you? Was that familiar? Were you a loner that didn't really have friends? Or were you someone in the middle that had to work really hard for friends? Did you have to earn those friends by being funny or doing stuff for them? These things are very, very important, because people who are loners in their childhood often find that is so familiar, they recreate it. Remember that primitive brain being comfortable with what it knows. And people who've had to earn friends by being the clown, or giving them their pocket money, or giving away their toys, or doing their homework for them, they too find that their primitive brain makes familiar working for stuff that you should get just because you're you. So stay in that schoolroom, get older in that schoolroom. I want you to go right through to the age where you were interested in the opposite sex, where dating was something that was interesting you. Did you get asked out? Did people ask you out? Did girls like you, or did they diminish you? Did boys ask you out, or did they reject you? Did you feel you were the only one that didn't have a date? Did you feel that everyone else had a great boyfriend, girlfriend, but not you? Or did you have a boyfriend or girlfriend that rejected you, dumped you, broke your heart, and made you think, I never want to go through that again? And I want you to think again about being at home. Did you get praised for what you did, for who you are? Or did you get the opposite? Did you get criticism? Did people put you down, diminish you? You see, sometimes even when you get second-hand clothes, you then acquire a belief that you really shouldn't spend money on yourself. Even people who become millionaires, if times have been tough, they can't spend money because it's so unfamiliar. So I want you to think about all the things in your childhood. I want you to imagine you're looking around your schoolroom, looking around your home, even looking around your bedroom. Did you have nice stuff? Did you get given nice things? Did you have to share everything? Did you get given all second-hand stuff? And I want you to just spend more time on this. What did you have in terms of praise, love, acknowledgement at home, at school? And then I want you to look at your life now, and I want you to surprise yourself, maybe not, with how much you have kept that going. No one praised you, and now you reject praise. No one gave you lovely stuff, and so you don't spend money on yourself. Whatever you did, it wasn't good enough. And that's how you feel now. Whatever you do, it's never enough. You weren't the most attractive kid in school, and even though now you look so different, you still feel inside like that hideous kid. If you were the first kid with glasses, if you were fat, if you had freckles, if you felt different, I want you to look at how much you still feel different. And you know what? Feeling different, you know what that means? It means you're the same as everyone in the world. Our greatest fear is to be different. The fact that you felt different as a kid means you're the same as every kid. And if you feel different now, still means you're the same, because our greatest fear is to be different. So just one more time, I want you to notice how much of what you wanted was not available to you. Or maybe it was not available enough. Maybe like me, you had a gran that loved you, but you didn't see her enough. So look at what was not available that you would have loved to be available. And now look at your life today and notice how much it's still not available. Love, praise, recognition, success. I want you to look at all the things that weren't available that you really wanted, and how much you have still made them not available. And I want you to look at the other side of that. What was available that you didn't want, having to work so hard just to be noticed, having to compete with your siblings to get a bit of love and attention. Look at the stuff that was available that you didn't want. Look at all of that and realize that you can make anything available to you. So I want you to take a bit longer. Everything that wasn't available. You know, I worked with a millionaire who never had heating on in his house because they were so poor. And guess what he did when he was a millionaire? He wouldn't put the heating on, because it wasn't available when he was a child, and he was still living in that poverty mindset. I can't afford the heating, it's too expensive. I can't buy that, it's too expensive. Even when he had so much money, he said, I've got to save. I said, well, what are you saving for? He said, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saving for, but I'm saving by not having the heating on. And the opposite of that was someone who's always had money and is happy to spend it. So take that little kid. You're getting so good at this now. You can do this really well. Take that little child, pick them up. Take them back to your home with heating, with cable TV, with a fridge full of nice food that you get to choose when to eat. You get to choose what to eat, when to go to bed, when to stay up, even what to watch on TV. When you were a kid, that wasn't available. Your parents decided how much TV you watched, what you ate, what you wore, and when you went to bed. And now they don't. Take that little child into your home, and I want you to show them that everything is available to them. Love, praise. Whatever they want to be familiar, you can make it familiar starting right now. It really is as simple as taking the sugar out of your tea, working with it and then saying, wow, I could never go back. I drank it like that for years and now I can't go back. So think about what you want to make familiar, what you want to make unfamiliar. Remember the girl in my class who said, being hugged is difficult for me. And after 40 hugs, she asked for more, because she moved from making it unfamiliar to familiar. So I want you to start by thinking about the kind of beautiful relationship you would like to have with someone that loves you. And if you're in a relationship now, how would you like it to be even better? You want someone to love you and respect you, and you want to love and respect them. How can you make that familiar? Well, here's a start. Stop going out with people that put you down. Stop dating people that don't respect you. Stop dating people that remind you of something negative in your past. date a better class of person. You'll have a better relationship, and you just have to make that familiar. It's a bit like being naked. If you walk around naked for long enough, it feels familiar. I'm not going to recommend you do that, but if you go onto a naked beach in Spain and you stay there for long enough, after a while it just feels normal. You didn't even have to take your clothes off. I used to walk through a naked beach to get to the one particular place I had to go to. And after a while, it was just the most normal thing in the world. Because anything is familiar if you do it enough. So think about the beautiful relationship you want. How are you going to make that familiar? And how are you going to make dating the wrong people unfamiliar? Because you have a choice. And now think about the kind of career you want. Do you want to be the boss? Do you want to be promoted? Do you want your own company? How can you make that familiar? What can you do? What steps can you take right now to make that familiar? Well, believing in yourself and putting a higher value on yourself will make the people you work for value you more, because when you massively increase your own sense of self-worth, self-value, self-image, and self-belief, guess what? Everyone around you increases their sense of your worth and value and image. It's not arrogance. Here's another thing, and this is the easy thing, the really easy thing. How familiar was praise? How familiar was criticism? I want you to make praise really familiar by starting right now to praise yourself. And I want you to make criticism unfamiliar by just stopping. Don't criticize yourself. Just stop. Be nice to yourself. If you're about to beat yourself up for doing something wrong, just say, I'm human. It's okay. And when people praise you, here's how to make it familiar. You say, thank you. And then after a while, you say, thank you. Yeah, I love this outfit. I love that speech I did. I love the graphics I put together for that website. They're really good, aren't they? It's not arrogance. It's self-belief. So think of anything else that is unfamiliar that you would like to make familiar. And anything negative that's familiar that you want to make unfamiliar. Even having a healthy body, going to the gym, eating better foods. And as you go deeper into an absolutely relaxed state, as you go deeper, drift deeper and sink deeper into an awareness of yourself, you're aware of the most wonderful transformation taking place in you right now. For you, understanding is power. Understanding in hypnosis really is the most phenomenal power. And you can look over and around and through so many, many scenes in your childhood, and you can understand how negative stuff became familiar. And the stuff you wanted was not familiar enough, but you also understand you are a grown-up. It is not appropriate. It isn't relevant, it isn't necessary, it isn't even interesting for you to ever again think those thoughts or believe those beliefs. You have the most phenomenal power to change, and you are using that power, making what is unfamiliar familiar, and what is negative and familiar completely unfamiliar. It is shrinking. It's fading. It is out of your life. It is in the past. It is so far, far, far behind you. And all you have to do is think these thoughts, hear these words, accept these suggestions, let them in. And you are doing all of that right now, and you are feeling amazing. This image of you making positive stuff familiar, this image is so clear, so real, so lifelike. It is you. It's you more so with every single moment that passes. You are aware of a phenomenal, amazing, powerful, permanent, all-pervasive change taking place in you every day. You make praise familiar. You make self-belief familiar. You make loving yourself, respecting in yourself, believing in yourself familiar. And you make the opposite of that unfamiliar. And this is what you do, but I promise you, this is becoming who you are. This is becoming embedded in you. My voice is going with you, staying with you, having a powerful, permanent healing, transformational impact on you. So just go deeper. You're aware of a transformation taking place in you. You like yourself. You really like yourself. You like other people. They like you. They like you because you like them, but they like you because you like you. You're aware of all the qualities you possess. You're aware that life has a good reason to express itself through you. You're aware that you have particular skills and talents that the universe gave to you. And it's supporting you every single day in using those talents. You're aware that you have skills and talents that are unique to you. You have skills and talents, but you also have extraordinary self-belief. And you also have drive and ambition. And as you combine these things, your own skills and talents, your wonderful self-belief, your drive, your determination, your work ethic, it all makes you unstoppable. You handle every situation life has to offer. You live an extraordinary life. You live an uncompromised life because you don't need to compromise. You make compromising unfamiliar. You make living your uncompromised life familiar. You're living a great life. You're sharing your success. You're helping other people believe in themselves the way you believe in you. Praise is familiar. Self-belief is familiar. Letting someone love you and loving them back in a respectful way is familiar. Respecting yourself, looking after your health is familiar. Making money, investing it, keeping it, making more, using it wisely. All of this is becoming more and more familiar because you make it so. And the rest is unfamiliar. And as we end this session, you remember your primitive brain is wired to keep taking you back to what is familiar. You don't have a choice in that, but you do have a choice in making what it takes you back to good. Your brain's job is to take you back to what is familiar. Your job is to make sure you make good stuff, great stuff, positive stuff familiar, and negative stuff unfamiliar, and then you and your brain are on the same page working for the same goal, your happiness, your success, your greatness. Well done. When you're ready, just slowly, calmly, easily, effortlessly on the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, just open up your eyes, fill up your lungs, take a long, deep breath. And part of your homework is listening to the audio recording of this that I'm sending to you. And you're going to play this every day until I see you again. And I salute you for doing these great things, for making your life extraordinary. Thanks for being here with me today.